Welcome back to News Geelong. Deakin University is improving pathways into careers to address Australia's critical engineering skills shortage, at the heart of the 21st century engineering challenges with its design, engineering and advancement training called DEAT, D-E-A-T, as Meryl Friend reports.
Carbon fibre bikes, glow-in-the-dark footballs and new generation wetsuits. Engineering is a happening thing here at Deakin University. We were able to speak with Dr Paul Collins about the advances. Some exciting times for the School of Engineering. Can you tell us a bit of an update?
Yeah, so within the School of Engineering we're embarking on a new program called Cadet, which is the Centre for Design, Engineering and Advanced Training. So what we're looking at is, through a government grant and also through Deakin University, we're building a new $55 million facility to look at advanced design and engineering within the Geelong region and also for the greater Australian context. So looking at not only how do we design, engineer and build products, but how do we go from, mass manufacturing down to bespoke and customised manufacturing, which is obviously a growth industry in Australia.
So you were saying before, with the closure of places like Ford and those sort of industries, there's going to be probably more small business starting up. Is that a direction that the engineering's going? Well, we've seen that in Australia in a wider context. Mass manufacturing isn't quite as viable as it once was here in Australia. I mean, you look at the Geelong region as a whole. We started off as a sheep farming and sheep wool community, and from there we've gone to mass manufacturing. Automotive has obviously been a big part, and obviously with the slowdown of Ford Australia, and then you look at things like Alcoa and Shell also slowing down, what we're seeing is much more service orientated. Deakin University, Barwon Health have obviously come to number 1 and 2 employer in Geelong. So what we're seeing is there's this real niche market where we can actually add to high-end, bespoke, customised manufacturing, and there's quite a few little industries in Geelong that are doing that, such as Pot Active down in Torquay, Carbon Revolution, who are based here on the campus, and also Baum Cycles in North Shore, who are really focusing on meeting specific customer demands and how they can react. So do you think the area of engineering is changing for the future? Definitely. I mean, we're much more focused on customisation and consumerism. A lot of products can be individually customised for each person. So what we're looking at is giving our engineers, our future engineers, the ability to design for that individual. So we're not just looking for the same widget a million times over. We're looking at different widgets for each person. So that's a really interesting area. So it comes down to how do we actually design for people, how do we interact with people, and how do we look at the materials. And we use that in a variety of different ways, whether it's robotics, individual robotics, or we look at 3D printing, or even design as a whole context. So that's why we're developing the whole Cadet project around this emphasis on design and engineering, and using some really nice manufacturing techniques, as I said, CNC, laser scanning, laser cutting, 3D printing. It's really a big area of growth and something Australia can really embrace and move forward with. From the School of Engineering at Deakin University, Warren Ponce, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. The next round of the School Kids Bonus Scheme payments will be paid to eligible families between July 4 to July 17 this month, as it replaces the education tax refund, as Ian Nichols reports.
The School Kids Bonus, the second instalment, starts today. So from today, parents who are eligible for the School Kids Bonus will start receiving that money straight into their bank accounts. So if you have a child in primary school, that's $205. If it's a child in secondary school, $410 for each child. This is money that parents, of course, will put to very good use for school uniforms, winter uniforms, for school books that children might need for term 3. Very important that parents get this extra support at this time.
Thank you, Ian. Richard Marles is a newly appointed Federal Minister for Trade, and the acting Foreign Affairs Minister, anytime Bob Carr, is out of the country. And unofficially, Richard considered himself an ambassador for Geelong, a fact we are very proud of, as Ian Nichols reports.
Congratulations, Richard.
Thank you.
A ministerial posting, you must be chuffed.
Look, it's very exciting, and I hope it's a really good thing for Geelong. It's the first time we've had a member of the Cabinet for almost 30 years, so I guess the thing I'd really want to say is that in all the things that I do, Geelong is what comes first, and it's just a joy for me to be able to represent Geelong in the Cabinet.
Well, certainly trade is very important to the city of Geelong, so it's something that you'll be quite passionate about.
Look, that's absolutely right. I mean, obviously I have been working in the foreign affairs space as the Parliamentary Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Pacific Island Affairs for most of this term, but trade is such an important issue for the country, but for a community like Geelong. I mean, if you look at Alcoa, it's one of our largest exporters in Victoria, I think the largest exporter. There are 1,000 people who work out there, and their jobs are based on our ability as a country to trade. So getting the trading environment right between Australia and the countries of the world, particularly here in the East Asian hemisphere, is so important for our economy, and you can really see how that does equal jobs right here in Geelong.
Thank you, Ian, and congratulations to Richard Miles. This is News Geelong on this Friday evening as we go to a break and return with more news and weather after this.